Thanks for coming, guys. We'll kick off with Paul and Sky first, and we didn't broadcast session again.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What did you? I know you haven't won games yet this season, but what did you see last week against Southampton at times with 10 men that offer you encouragement for the season ahead?
Well, I told you, but I said it after the game and a couple of days after, when we spoke about the game before a cup game, that okay, of course we were disappointing, still are, and frustrated when you lose a game in that way. And the end, the game, but there were a lot of positives. To be fair, we were that far from being praised like a great comeback or whatever, which is not very common, not even in the Premier League when you are 2-0 down, especially away and with one man less to come back to be so close. So that shows that we are fit, that we are hungry, that we have the team spirit and the morality, and also, of course, above everything else, the quality. So, although we lost a point, definitely, but we gained a lot of positive things, as I just mentioned. So that's why it gave us a lot of positive things to be optimistic before the Newcastle game, of course, and before the cup game that we already played.
Arnautovic is obviously suspended.
Yeah.
Are you missing any other players or any players returning for this weekend's game?
Look, we have the whole, apart from Winston Reid that got injured in a warming up before Southampton game. Health-wise, we have the full squad on the pitch this whole week, like from Monday, and it is the first time since ages that we are all not match fit, but we are all training on the pitch without any restrictions, all the players. So some of them, as I said, it's too early maybe for a Newcastle game, because some of them joined us after a long break only on Monday, and we're gonna see tomorrow how it goes. And but what is really encouraging and what is really good is that they're all back, apart from Reedy, who should be back for a game against Huddersfield.
What's the situation with Manuel Lanzini?
What situation?
Lanzini, is he available fit this weekend?
Manuel is the one who started. He started with us without any restrictions. I mean, he's in training individual and all that. They all were. But Manuel is back with the squad on Monday. He was back. He looks really sharp. You know that. Of course, he's hungry because he was missing that for last few weeks that he was injured, and. We're gonna see tomorrow. Is he gonna? I think he's gonna be involved. Definitely, he's gonna be involved in a squad. But we're gonna see how much can we use him. It's good that Sheku Kouyaté, but Sheku played yesterday with the purpose, like 20 minutes to like feel the game, and it's a big boost for us that he looks also. He is fit and he looks sharp and all that. So the players are coming back, all of them, to be fair.
Newcastle, they lost in the cup. They were booed off by their supporters, and there seems to be a lot of uncertainty about their transfers. And is that a situation that your players can benefit from on Saturday?
Oh, it's a single game, you know. It's a new game. They need points. I need points, you know. They are looking forward for that game. They are playing home. They lost first couple of league games as we did, and they lost in a cup yesterday. Okay, they didn't play with a full team, but still, it affects you. It affects the morality, at least today, you know, and all that. So it's much better if you win those games, or it's much better if you win any game. You know, every defeat leaves a little bit of either individual or a team, like doubts and all that, at least. So, but they have very experienced manager, and they should recover for the game tomorrow. On Saturday.
With the transfer questions out of the way, is there any update on the talks with Sporting concerning William?
Nothing new. To be fair, nothing new.
Have you been frustrated that hasn't?
Not frustrated, you know. It's not a bonus, but I mean, it is a position that we've been trying to do that for a couple of seasons now, to get that position. That, in my opinion, and I'm definitely right in that case, like that we need someone to boost our team and quality and everything, and we need that position, and that's why we also offloaded some players or sold some players to get the budget for him, or for, I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about the player for that position, the quality player, not the quantity one, not the squad player. And it's not very easy to get them, you know, but we are doing our best. Hopefully we're going to do it.
At this time of the year, when you talk about that one position, when talks are not moving as quickly as you would like, at what point do you look at another target with the deadline this day next week? Do you move on?
No, I think no. No, it's then we're going to say, okay, no problem, we have good players and all that, we're going to stick with what we have. Because we are not talking about the quantity. We're not talking about to boost our squad. We're talking about to boost our game. If you understand me, and it's impossible to find many of them. In our case, you know.
Is Robert Snodgrass any closer to leaving the club?
No, look, as I said, it's one more week to go or whatever. Say that some players, if they are not happy with their position at the moment, or if they want a new challenge because they are not regular players, or they don't see themselves as or whatever, some also private reasons, whatever, they still have 1 week to go, but only if the deal suits us, and if on that position we have enough players to continue the season with.
What role do you see Andy Carroll playing in your plans this season?
Major role, definitely major role, because he's a major player, but only when he's fit, and we want him long term available. At least we are talking about the season, you know, that's what we want from him, because it's very frustrating and it's no good for the team, it's no good for anybody, and for him in the first place when he's not available for a long period. It's a big blow for us, big blow for him, and that's why we wanted to do it like, not more secure, but let's say to make him train for a bit longer period. Not to rush him straight in a game. And he has to be fit like any other player. When he's fit, we all know his values, you know. Major player.
But no chance of him leaving the club in this window?
I can't see that, no. I can't see that. No.
Mike?
Hi, Slaven. Just picking up on another one of your players, Aaron Cresswell was today named in the England squad again. He already has 2 caps. It must be a proud moment for you as his manager to see him develop as an international. Of
course, I mean, it's not a big surprise anymore, you know. It's just he's becoming a regular there. Like, it's a continuity, which is first of all great for him, but it's also great for us, and he should be proud, and we are all proud that we have now a couple of players here who are in the squad for England. Chris deserved it. He's a very consistent player. Last year he had his ups and downs because of the big injury that he got in pre-season. But great professional, great player, great left foot, really important guy for us, and we are all in a great age for us and for England, with a very bright career in front of him. So, top player.
This match against Newcastle is your 3rd away match in a row. Do you sense this is an issue at all for the players at all? I'm sure they want to be playing at home, it's not possible. Is that a factor at all?
No, it's not a factor. First of all, this is the league when you don't have, in the rest of the Europe, you have home game, away game, like all year long, all season long. About once a season, you have like 2 home or 2 away games, and that's it. But in England, it's quite common to have 2 away games and then 2 home games. So it's not a big thing. Okay, this is 4 games, but that's including the cup. So okay, we would love to have 1 home game in between or whatever. It makes you more comfortable, but it is what it is. It's gonna even up by the end of October, or it ain't gonna stay like that till the end of the season, But no, okay, we don't have a point from the 2 games. But then if you go like that, 2 games, 0 points. Yeah, but if you say 2 away games, then if you say the first away game was against Manchester United, that I wasn't happy with the way we played last 15 minutes. But let's say they were good or they are good. And if we were talking about the second game at Southampton, that there are really, it's not like false story. There are really a lot of positives from that game towards us. So we should be in a very optimistic way and to know what we have to do before the Newcastle game. And then after that we have a break, and then after that we have in next 4 games we have 3 home games. Home first, we play home Huddersfield, then we go to West Brom, and then we play Spurs and Swansea home. So it's gonna even then. So it is what it is, but it's not like a bad situation for us.
Do you think perhaps we in the media are guilty of sort of making a story out of nothing, really? We see at Tottenham at the moment, and they're being billed with the curse of Wembley. They can't win at home. We're saying West Ham struggling away. Is there nothing really?
Oh, struggling away. I told you now. Let's say we play 3 away games now, this season. Like since the start of the season, we play 3 games. We play 3 away games, as you said. We won last night. Okay, it's a League 2 club, but still, we won the game against Southampton. We spoke about that game, so it's not like based on what we can't cope with away games. Based on a game against Manchester United, then very few clubs in the world can cope with away games. No matter how disappointed I was after the game. But then I saw their game against Swansea, and it made me a little bit not happy, but a little bit, they are good at this stage of the season. I don't think they're going to win the games like that till the end of the season. But in that game, I wasn't happy after the last 20 minutes, if we are talking about, because then it looked like we gave up. So I don't really know how can we talk about away game syndrome for us when we played only three of them, and we won 1 and lost 2, and 1 in a very, very special circumstances.
And on that game last night, 7 changes you made, and Diafra Sakho started and scored. Great for him, I guess, after the injury-ravaged season last year.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday game was good for everything, It's okay, make no mistake, we expected to win and all that, but I've seen those fixtures. I've seen a lot of, and I play those games, and I manage those games, and sometimes, very often to be fair, it happens that they turn out to be like dodgy games, nasty games, crappy wins, or surprises in a negative way. So we avoided that with very professional and very with the performance with enough quality and a lot of character and a lot of team spirit, and knowing what we want to do very early as possible, and we've done that. Then it's good to have a clean sheet, not only for a keeper or back four, but for the whole team. It's always good when your strikers score goals and create more chances. It's always good when your midfield is keeping the ball in their half of the pitch with creating the opportunity. So it's a good win. It's a good win. So we rest some players, but we basically only rest Pablo Zabaleta. But that's because we wanted Sam Byram to get a game, because last year he was and we treat him as a regular player here. And all the other guys who played and who started the game, they deserve to start. And they all came out of that game with a plus, because it was for that platform, it was a good game.
Just finally from me, a word on your opposite number this weekend, Rafa Benitez, of course a fantastically experienced manager across Europe. Do you have frustrations though, or do you have sympathies with his frustrations at Newcastle that seem to be bearing out of his hands being tied when it comes to transfers and things?
Oh, he's a big manager. He's done it in Spain, with Valencia, of course. Then he'd done it in England with Liverpool, he'd done it Napoli, a lot of experience, of course, top manager. Like in this transfer window, of course, I don't know exactly, but I also I follow them. Who did they buy? Who did they sell? They're not happy with the transfers, but they spent more money than we spent. In this transfer window, if we are talking about net money, but okay, they needed maybe more to improve because they came from the championship, and well, it was probably it's a big club. It's a big club. They were all buzzing. They won the league, and it was all like, now we're gonna rule the world or whatever, and they couldn't get. Maybe they tried. I think they tried. What I think happens is they tried, but they were unable to get those targets that they want, like we did last year, for example. That maybe they were thinking too big, and those players, they didn't want to come, because I don't see them as non-ambitious club. Newcastle with Rafa Benitez, who basically lifted them up even more.
Cameras off, please.